This is Jump and Shoot playing EA Sports MMA in stores October 19th for the PS5. And I have noticing there's a lot of leakage going around in the SpongeBob land. Like, I don't remember if the Sponge on the Run movie leaked, but the Sandy movie leaked, and also the Plankton movie leaked. So I've now seen both of them, like, way before they were supposed to come out. You know what? I don't regret it. I'm glad I didn't, have the opportunity to lose amount of money in my wallet for seeing such travesties. Actually, the Plankton movie is not that bad. But I saw the Sandy Cheeks one. I'm allowed to talk about it because it just came out officially. And now I'm kind of fucked off by it. Like, the movie starts off with, I'm not even against the idea of a Sandy Cheeks movie, but, like, the state of SpongeBob is just so crazy to me right now. I kind of don't care. Did they really make this one, like, so simple? Okay, this is the first room. Got it. They made this room, like, more elaborate and cool. Yeah, like, I had already been not out of the loop of, like, SpongeBob the show for a long time, so they really are transitioning hard to the CG look for the movies instead of, like, the drawn or the hand-drawn style at all. And I guess that started with, what's that movie? Sponge Out of Water. The very next movie, where it starts out with, like, the traditional animation, and then there's a plot where they have to go to the real world and become superheroes, and it's like, I don't care about this. I'm sorry. No, I disagree. I don't remember if Sponge Out of Water was one of the movies that came out when Hildenberg was alive, but I know he definitely would have disapproved of stuff like Camp Coral and the Patrick Star Show, and probably a Sponge on the Run. Well, I think originally he wanted to make a movie where, I don't know where I'm getting my facts, this is just based on memory, but he did want to make a movie where he gets to go to the real, not the real world, I guess like the surface world, to do something. And he kind of achieves that with the first movie. It's this whole big story about the crown being from it's his whole story about King Neptune's crown being taken from him, and they have to go save it to save the town and Mr. Krabs. They get the crown, save the town and Mr. Krabs. Like, it's good. It's also like kind of like a story about SpongeBob coming to terms with like how he's like a goofball, but the message is like being goofy is fun and it's okay as long as you remember to just be responsible. It's just the overall message that it's okay to be immature is like kind of a good message too. Like, that movie came out at, like, the perfect time, honestly, for me, as a kid. I think I must have been, like, in 7th or 8th grade when that came out. And I think Sponge Out of Water, it has this plot about alien dolphins or some shit. Or some shit! I don't know. That's the way it ends, and it's just not very interesting. And there's a rap battle with the seagulls. I know that part. Like, I don't even know what the message is anymore. The first one, which was just like so sincere, and like I want to like the sequels if they're gonna keep making SpongeBob movies. I like SpongeBob, but it's just they're all like not good and they focus on weird things. And then okay, back on track. The Sandy movie, whatever. They start having. This starts off with a song. My name is Sandy Cheeks and everybody knows. I'm happy to be back in my hometown. That's the Cleveland Brown. That's it. And then she sings a song about her being from Texas. It's like, okay, got it. And then there's this horse character. She has this robot horse named Cloppity or some shit. And I know I haven't been watching the show, but like, if this is a character from the show, I get it, but it's not. It's just some random robot horse that is pretending that's always been there. And it's a character that we've known and loved. And like, they have a moment in the very beginning where they break apart and their body runs away. And it's like, oh no, horse face. What do we do without you? It's like, who are you? who is this? Like, this isn't a character, I'm sorry. And then when SpongeBob and Sandy go on their quest, like, the horse character is out of the movie for like the whole time. It's like, well, what was even the point of this character? And then I don't even know what the plot is. Sandy has to go find the science lab that she works for. And oh no, somebody comes down and kidnaps Bikini Bottom, and she has to go to the lab where she works at, because that's how they've been keeping track of Bikini Bottom, is by using Sandy as reconnaissance. But I thought it was the chimps that she worked for, according to that one episode. I don't know. And yeah, they kind of also try to have an environmental moment with it too, because like the villain, in quote unquote, is like the gift shop keeper who turns all the sea creatures into gift shop ornaments, and he's kind of like the villain of the movie, and he's the one who stole the crown. And Mr. Krabs, not really. So I beat him, and I can't use Volt Switch at all. So that's cool. And then the villain in this movie is Wanda Sykes, who wants to turn sea creatures into clones so that they can be toys, so that kids can have toys of real living sea animals, because she couldn't have one because she killed one on accident. That's her tragic backstory. No. And then it spends a lot of time with these like real life scientist characters that are like not funny. The movie is not funny. That's like the biggest sin of SpongeBob, is just to make a movie that's like not funny. And I'm not even just saying this because, oh, you're just older now, things aren't funny to you anymore. It's like, no, I can still watch an episode from like SpongeBob from like 2004 and laugh my ass off. The episode where Squidward gets invited to Tentacle Acres or whatever, and he gets bored by his life. Like, the opening bit where Squidward's like, I would rather throw myself at the nearest three-way intersection than ever hang out with you. And then the bit with the TV is like, well, do you want to go to the nearest three-way intersection? And whatever, like, the jokes are good. The Sandy movie just doesn't have any jokes. It's all like purely visual, and then SpongeBob is just like laughing at random shit all the time. It's like, this isn't funny. There's just a lot of moments. Actually, you know what? This is a good comparison. You know what? Hotel Transylvania 4. There's a lot of just visual noise happening. And it's kind of just there to distract the children, where characters just go like, ooh, ooh, it's just moving around and screaming for like 5 minutes. And that's kind of what the Sandy movie is. Like, there's a bit where they're caught in a tornado and they're just doing that for like 5 minutes. Like, we're in a tornado. I was like, where's the jokes? Come on, it's SpongeBob. You gotta have like jokes. Like, And then it shows Sandy's expanded family. I don't care. And since all the other characters are just kind of like secondary, everyone is just kind of like one note. Just Mr. Krabs says something about money, and then Patrick says something like unfunnily dumb. And then Wanda Sykes turns into a cyborg. And the live action bits were or no, I guess, what do we call it? The green screen, blue screen shit, where they do her flashback, and it's just like her realistic head grafted onto some small child as the reason why she can't have she wanted to make like, the reason why she wanted to clone sea animals. It's so dumb. I don't know where you go after this. And I don't remember. It ends with like her being accepted by Bikini Bottom again. Like, oh, you know what, Sandy, you're cool. Like, we already thought you were cool according to the intro, and then they think she's cool at the end, and they accept her and they love her, and that's super cool and everything. Yeah, I don't know why this needed to be a movie. This could have easily just been a special on like the network, in my opinion. I guess I don't think it's good. That's the main gist of this statement. No. Not great. But I've also seen the Plankton movie. And I was watching this Comic-Con panel that they had like a couple of weeks ago. And, oh hell yeah, we're gonna get boosted now. Woo! But now I'm on a timer. Yeah. Now I'm super powerful. Yeah. But yeah, I have seen the Plankton movie, and it's not bad. It's a musical. I know some of the other SpongeBob movies have songs, but like this one is specifically a musical. And the plot is Plankton finally gets, or he doesn't do anything. Karen, what? You weren't even looking at me. You literally weren't even looking at me. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's a musical. The plot is Karen decides like, oh, I'm just gonna surprise Plankton with an actual plan next time he fails, and it's gonna work. And it does. She gets this plan to just make terrible fast food, and people eat it up because, the real evil is fast food industries in real life. Like, that's a bullshit message. I get it. You're so clever for saying fast food is evil. SpongeBob Movie 5 or whatever you're on now. But yeah, I was watching a Comic-Con panel where they just talked about the movie. They were trying to promote the Plankton movie and hint at a possible new movie featuring the Flying Dutchman with Mark Hamill. And then, like, a few days after that, the movie just leaked online. I was like, damn, these guys aren't fucking around with leaking movies. And I don't know why that is. Is it, and I think they're both, like, streaming movies, too. Or at least, at the very least, they were both on Paramount Plus. But who the fuck is Paramount Plus, honestly? And then Sandy, a couple weeks ago, here in the real world, the Sandy movie is actually in theaters, like, right now. But people have already seen it and, like, all the way back in fucking February, probably. So yeah, Plankton, he is dumb in this movie. He is very dumb. So Karen is doing actual work, and Plankton's like, "What? This isn't evil! Stop this right now!" And he ruins her whole thing, and she gets mad at him for being such an idiot. It's like, I'm actually succeeding for you. What the hell? Even I'm like, what the hell? This is too dumb for Plankton to just be mad at, like, taking over the world in a different way. Like, no, he specifically wants the formula, and that's it. And that's, like, his flaw, I guess. So Karen gets mad, she does a robot apocalypse, and it actually looks kind of cool. And then she becomes a Hydra. I don't know what's up with that. Is it like this stereotype that, like, oh, you know, women, they're kind of like Hydras with all these emotions? I don't know what that's about. Am I reading into it? I probably am. I'm not gonna make a Twitter post saying, SpongeBob Plankton the movie is a misogynist movie because it implies that women are hydras with emotions. Like, I'm not gonna say that shit. I'm just saying, why is a robot have to be a hydra? Anyway, they sing a song. It's the best song in the movie. I don't remember the others at all. They're just about Plankton. And I think this was originally... I'm probably making this up. I think this was originally going to be the first sequel to SpongeBob the movie. I want to go upstairs. Oh, I guess you can only go in there if you live here. Just like real life. Alright. So now we're going to up here. I think you need Rock Smash. Oh! It's the Winstraight house! The fucking guy who made the video complained about this for like 30 minutes.
Find the Winstraight family. The problem with the gyms is that the player can leave between every single battle, completely defeating the purpose of it being a gauntlet. The Winstraights prevent that, and so they serve as something of a soft tutorial for how the Elite Four work.
Yeah, I'll take on your family. I just saved. I'm like a responsible person. But I see what they're saying, like, oh, you wouldn't know this is a non-stop battle until you start talking to them, and you can't leave, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. Where? Like, motherfucker. What a baby, honestly. And then you lose, so what? You come back, you know what's here. It's a non-stop battle, you prepare for it. You go, fight, win, in the mode said so. Like... yeah, I get it, it's non-stop, but like, it's not the end of the world. Also, this is, if we're talking about remaking it, this is literally in the original game. If the original game is so perfect, this has that. You go to the Winstraight house, and it's non-stop, just like this. How people to think that Emerald is way better, it still has the same thing. What are you on? What are those people on? And I guess the complaint is they had the opportunity to give you a break in the remake, but that wouldn't be true to the original. What? God! I gave myself a hiccup. Also, if you don't play like an idiot, you'll have a Pokemon in the lead who's like high level. In my opinion. Am I being toxic right now? Let me know in the comments. Actually, don't comment. If you comment on this video, I will block you. No, I will subscribe to you and then block you. That way you can't look at me. I don't know how that. I don't know if you can do that. First I'm going to dox you and then I'm going to block you. Yeah, I mean, honestly, being stuck here isn't the end of the world. And that's like, okay, that was the second battle. This is battle number 3. And they have like, what, 2 Pokemon? Like, dude. What a big baby. That's all I can say. It's just to have a whole segment complaining about the Winstraight house. An optional thing. You don't even have to go up here and talk to the guy. Oh, Fiona? I didn't know Marshtomp learns Rock Slide to begin with. Like, it's not even part of its, like, repertoire. That's crazy. Another benefit of the remake is that you experience all these Pokemon, like, new level up movesets. Like, it's a lot better than it was in, what's it called? The OG. And then even in previous entries, like, before Gen 5. Alright, Rock Slide. Yeah, I don't need 2 moves that reduce speed. Also, Rock Slide is better. Oh shit. You try to stun me with a stun spore. But yeah, Plankton movie, the plot is about him trying to apologize to Karen. It's a very Karen-centric movie. Karen also takes Bikini Bottom. They keep making movies where somebody takes Bikini Bottom. And I say keep doing it. This is like the 3rd time now. Ah, now you must face me, the grandma. So, I was getting. Oh my god, I'm so all over the damn place. So I think this is originally, like I said, the sequel to the first SpongeBob movie, and it was gonna be a trippy adventure with SpongeBob and Plankton, and it kind of is that for this one. And I think even if it wasn't a musical, it would still work. I'd just like to be trippy the whole way. Like, it plays with different animation mediums, like, the whole way for each song. I don't remember the songs, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, but there's like a stop motion sequence. There's like a weird trippy yellow submarine type sequence. Karen's song is a lot of like mixed media stuff. And it becomes like cell shaded too, and it looks nice now that I think about it. The movie ends with just everybody, or he finally apologized to Karen. He's like, "Oh, even though I took your empathy chip, you can still feel empathy. I still feel empathy even without it. That's how much I love you, Karen, my computer wife." And it's like, go into the origins of how he made Karen the computer wife. It's, I don't think I care about how things happen. I just want to see funny things happen for SpongeBob, you know? I don't care about the origin story of how SpongeBob met Gary, or how Krabs and Plankton started their rivalry, or, you know, how SpongeBob went to Camp Coral and everything. Like, I don't care. I just want the world to be funny. That's what it delivered for like the first few seasons. And that's what they usually say for like specials, or they reveal some origin story like Truth or Square, or the Krabby Patty Caper, or some bullshit like that. Like, oh, you get to see how this happened, how SpongeBob met Gary, or how this happened, how SpongeBob and Patrick became friends. Like, I don't care. But anyway, yeah, the movie ends with him apologizing to Karen. Karen calms down. She gets off her robot period and figures she has post-period clarity. And it's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I appreciate, thank you for your apology, Plankton. I'm gonna stop the robot apocalypse now. And he says, thank you, computer wife. And then the townspeople at Bikini Bottom look at them both like, you're still evil masterminds. And then they all have a laugh and the movie's over. And like, okay. And I just stopped watching, and I'm like, okay. It just kind of went in one ear, out the other. Except for Karen's song. Karen's song is still kind of a bop, in my opinion. And I think it also has this character that it pretends we've all known and loved. It starts with this character called... No, I'm sorry. When it starts with Plankton and he does his Plankton theme song, I am Plankton, it's what I am Plankton, I got the master plan. He has this little like Plankton or like amoeba dog thing that's like him size. I was like, okay, is that a character in the show? Probably not. It's just, he's just there. I don't know why they keep shoehorning in these like characters that don't. And go figure, it kind of operates like a dog, and then it's out of the movie for as soon as the first scene ends. It's like, all right, what was the point of that? Gasp! Ah! But yeah, having seen both movies, I think Plankton is better of the two. And I remember I said this already, but I do wish I would like it if it turns out like that was SpongeBob movie 2. I would be completely fine with that. What's that Pokemon on the left there? I wonder who that is. Oh, it's probably Meditite, right? It looks like Meditite. I know that one on the right is, that's Numel. I gotta go to somewhere else and not be here with you. Bye. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I would like it more if it was the second SpongeBob movie, and then it could go uphill from there at least. But the way it is now, like, the SpongeBob movies are all, except for the first one, are all kind of bad. Like, I don't need the superhero shit. I don't need the, I don't even remember what happened in Sponge on the Run. He goes to Poseidon's casino because Gary got kidnapped. Antics ensue. Tiffany Hadfish. There's a joke I remember. That's it. And then, yeah, and then the Sandy Cheeks one. Like, I don't care. It's just, the SpongeBob movies are getting a bad rap, in my opinion, and they deserve it. Now, I do want a moment to capture this on camera here. Get to see my master plan at work, and so Nakata evolved into Ninjask. Yes, we all know that. We love Speed Boost. We love Speed Boost. We love Ninjask. We love Baton Pass. We love a Baton Passer. Some of my best friends are Baton Passes. But if you have an empty slot in your team, then something cool happens. You don't need that anymore. Oh my god, I don't care. It's learning all of its moves right now at this very second. Okay. But now in my team, I have a Shedinja, who's also adamant and with Wonder Guard. I never known what it's like to use Shedinja in a casual playthrough because its ability on paper sounds like insanely busted, except for, you know, weather, and I think it takes damage from status effects, but I don't remember. So there's that. It's a chance to die from like mostly anything still. It's the sole reason why you have like coverage moves. It's the sole reason why you need like a fire and ghost coverage move, or rock, you know. But I don't know what the game has to say about that. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna die a lot, and it would be super cool. But anyway, that's all for today.